My name is Nora Marzuki. I'm with Insight Collaborative.
My name is Russell Hicks, CEO of Ebony Sons Enterprises, LLC.
And we co-host and facilitate Chat and Choose, Green Economy Chat and Choose for East Parkside with the Centennial Parkside CDC with Christopher.
Yeah, I'm Chris Barr. I'm the Executive Director of the Centennial Parkside CDC, the CDC the Community Development Corporation that works in this neighborhood.
And by this neighborhood, we mean
East
this
Parkside.
place,
Yeah.
East Parkside, within these boundaries. But while the Centennial Parkside CDC works within these boundaries in this neighborhood, these Chat and Choose are open to the public and open to all ages and obviously free. Yes.
How old did you already say?
So this is our 10th one. We've been doing them once a month. And earlier we were doing them sometimes twice a month. And we'll have one a month until throughout June. So next month is April, May, June. So we have 3 more that are currently funded. So if you want more of them, then you should tell someone to fund us to keep doing them.
Who we going to tell?
I'm sorry?
Who we going to tell to fund it?
That's a great question.
I give you lots of names.
We can talk about that another time though. But tonight...
Talk to the guy sitting right next to you.
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
Not the one that you can tell your people to ask for.
So tonight we're here to talk about energy democracy and community solar and what does that mean, and we have many featured guests. And so what these Green Economy Chat and Choose are obviously food and conversation. We are trying to change the idea of what we see as a community meeting and things like that to being more about how do we educate, how do we learn from each other, how do we not only learn from experts but learn from our own lived experiences. And how can we bring those things together in order to do community development that is in a way driven by community voices. Because development should be about people, right? Not just profit. So we're talking about the green economy. All of these Chat and Choose, each one is a different topic. We've been doing them, like I said, 10 times. Each one has been a different topic. So whether it's dumping, trash, we've talked about the green building trades, we've talked about unions, we've talked about a lot of different topics. And so the reason why we're using the lens of the green economy for many reasons. We believe that people, planet, and profit are equally important, okay? And that when we're talking about change or development and coming up with solutions or building new businesses or anything like that, we can't be building more problems that we have to fix later on. We can actually understand our problems in a deep way to be able to build new things and to try new things, not just physical buildings, but programming and other things that really address the issues that we know exist. So it's really connecting those things together. So what is the green economy? The green economy aims to reduce environmental risks and ecological scarcities while creating sustainable development without degrading our environment. So really the bottom line, again, we're really trying to change our perspectives from the single bottom line of profit to the triple bottom line, where people and planet, we're not hurting our people and our planet in order to make a profit, right? We're not hurting the planet in order to fix people. We're not, it's really looking at all of these things together, right? So, like I said, today, and the green economy is a lot more than just recycling, right? And litter. It's that we can create businesses, we can do new things, and create jobs out of really thinking about the green economy.
Laura, excuse me. Laura, could you repeat that definition of the green economy again? Oh.
You can take it with you. Did anyone not get one of these that you'd like? So these are our this is one of the resources that we've created that you can take home with you to share with others about the green economy. So you can, usually we get into more, but we have a packed agenda tonight, so we want to just get on through. Any quick questions about the green economy? And you can feel free to take one of these also when you leave. I'll just put it right back here.
So tonight's green economy conversation is community solar and energy democracy. We encourage you to get the book, Energy Democracy, in which Anthony is in the book, but really defining what energy democracy is for all people. You may have heard on a federal level a lot of talk around the Green New Deal, and so this is what it looks like on a very localized scale, advocating for legislation around community solar and green job creation through community solar. So in my welcome, I really want to applaud those who came out to the community dinner a few weeks ago and came back to engage with us, with our community, with our Chat and Choose. It's a phenomenal community dinner. I want to actually thank everybody that was here, Nora, Chris, and CDC for putting it on, because this and following up the dinner with this particular Chat and Chew was critical, because we've been really introducing the concept of solar for the last 9 or 10 months, but now the rubber is starting to meet the road in terms of the public sector merging with the private sector, and community not only understanding but engaging with this community solar concept. And I want to shout out Ronald, who gave a phenomenal introduction at the community dinner.
Thank you.
So yes, at each Chat and Chew, we break bread, we serve food. Like Nora said, it's not a meeting, it's a conversation around these concepts to bring them down to earth for residents in the community. We have a brief survey at the end. Please fill it out. We want to know how we're doing, the feedback. We will take recommendations to the city and to our partners and take them into consideration ourselves. And this is a safe space. I want you to feel free to express, to share your experiences, and ask questions. So yes, you met Nora, you met myself, Russell Hicks. I want to shout out the Power Corps guys that came out today and the crew leader that brought them out. I started out in the green economy myself a few years back, and one of my many positions in the green economy was operations manager with Power Corps. So I was one of the original OGs of Power Corps to help start Power Corps. But you guys have taken it to another level, and I'm glad you guys are here. These guys are shining examples of what green jobs really feel like in our communities. Coming straight in, you guys hosted, rolled up the sleeves, asked how can you help, and that's the Power Corps spirit. I really respect that and honor you guys for coming out today. Thank you.
All right, I'm Laura Rigel. Who was at the last Chat and Chew? Okay, wonderful. So I know that time I spoke about Solarize Philly. So I'm going to present just briefly about that project, and then Frank will share about Serenity Solar, which is a project I'm also involved in. So just to start off, who's heard of the Philadelphia Energy Authority? Those of you who were at our past event, Micah, and major partner. Amazing. So we are running the Philadelphia Energy Campaign. And this is a 10-year initiative to create 10,000 jobs through clean energy and energy efficiency projects. So we're really committed to advancing clean energy in Philadelphia as a tool for creating jobs, as well as addressing climate change. So I know that's why you're all here tonight, so it's an honor to be part of this event, and I appreciate Russell and Nora, Chris, all for the invitation. So I'll share briefly about our Solarize Philly program, and I do have some materials here I can pass around, and you're also welcome to sign up if you want to have a solar assessment done of your home. So I can go ahead and start passing those around. You can grab a brochure and a sticker. But basically, this is a rooftop solar program for homeowners in the city of Philadelphia who want to go solar for a discounted price. We're able to leverage the group buying power of all homeowners in the city of Philadelphia to bring down the price of going solar. So Micah, Solar States, was one of our pre-approved solar installers for phases 1 and 2 that we ran in 2017 and 2018. And between those two phases, we had almost 400 people go solar through the program. And Philadelphia was actually 4th in the country for growth in solar installations. So we saw a huge impact of the program, and we actually have application out now for installers. So we're reviewing that, and we'll be choosing a new set of installation companies who will be serving customers in phase 3, which we're going to be launching this spring. So estimated in April. So we're really excited about that, and if you're interested, if you didn't get in on one of the previous phases, there's still time, and you're able to sign up with your information. Basically how it works is you put in your address, we'll have you send us a PICO bill, so we get a sense of what savings you could see from solar, and then we'll connect you with one of those pre-approved solar installation companies who does a free assessment of your home, and they'll determine whether solar will save you money, which it probably will, but just make sure there's not a ton of shading on your roof, and then they'll offer you different ways to pay for it. So that's the kicker, right, is how do you pay for it? So solar's expensive investment up front, but it pays for itself over time with the savings. So I can speak about it briefly, but there are some options out there. So some people pay for it up front. Other people would take out a loan. But we've actually offered a third option to that, which is a lease option. And so we have a pilot right now where we have about 30 low and moderate income households who are doing a solar low-cost lease where they're able to go solar without putting money down up front. Yeah.
Average, how much does solar unit cost?
You're asking the right question. So it's about $16,000 or so for an investment in a rooftop solar on your roof. But you'd be surprised how much you're spending a year on electricity, right? So people tend to be spending $1,000 or more a year in electricity. And there's actually a tax credit at the federal level that covers 30% of the cost of solar. So that brings it down to more like $12,000 or so.
That's $16,000.
It does. So it ranges more like $10,000 to $20,000 for row homes is what we're seeing. So you're able to use that tax credit to bring down about a third of the cost. And then basically what you're able to do is take out a loan and you redirect what you're currently paying to PICO into repaying your solar. And the solar panels actually last for 25 years. They're warranted to produce for 25 years, but last much longer than that. So once you pay it off, you actually don't have that expense anymore. You're basically able to shift what currently is just an unending expense on your household budget, right? You're just always going to be paying PICO $100 a month, right? That's just something that can't change. So something that actually can change. And it's an investment in your home that you're making. And you're redirecting, like I said, what you're currently spending on PICO to repaying your solar. Does that make sense?
So you would it took about 10 to 20 years to,
Paid it off.
yeah,
It's
to
about
balance
10,
out.
Yeah,
10 right now.
It's more like 10 years. I mean, the basic equation is that if you're going to be paying for energy for the rest of your lives, all right? I mean, so if you can figure out a way to either take a loan or do something, you can pay for 10 years of energy up front and get 25 years worth of energy out of it. That's the equation.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thanks, Mike.
So the younger you are, the better off.
Well, we're seeing people start to market their homes, if they're selling it, right, as a solar-powered home that doesn't have an electric bill for the most part. Or, or if you're passing it on to the next generation, they would have less expense to worry about in terms of operating that home. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I have a question. So what if you own a duplex? Is that something that you can do or not do?
A duplex isn't a twin?
A duplex.
Yes, you can
Well, up and
absolutely
down.
do a duplex. PICO has a plan where you have what's called virtual net metering, where you can connect to one of the meters in the duplex and then have the solar energy roll over to the other meter if you generate enough energy to cover both meters' bills.
So I'll just add a couple more pieces here. Do you have a question? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say, besides the financial aspect, as far as getting the solar panels, what would be like the benefits of it long term, as far as like the planning and like making things green and like saving energy? Like, how much energy does the solar panel actually save compared to like using electricity and stuff like that?
Yeah. So a typical row home we're seeing can power all of its electricity needs for using solar panels on its roof. So you might not think that, but there's enough space up on the roof to power a row home and the electricity you're using in that home, depending on how you're using it, which is the conversation we were just having. And then, where does your electricity come from right now? I guess you all might know this. PICO. But where do they get it?
They buy it from other people, from other people.
Like, how's it produced? How's your electricity currently?
I forgot, I know how it
We're
is.
gonna actually do a mini
You got-
activity
Okay, good. This is good. Actually,
after this
let
to
him wait on
actually
this
understand
question.
that,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we'll
I wanna
come back
do
to that. Yeah,
For you?
we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna hold on this question and then hold. Sorry. And then yeah, but I'm gonna share about 2 other pieces here. So I did mention that we have a pilot program underway now for low and moderate income households who want to go solar and don't have the money up front and maybe wouldn't qualify for a loan. So we have 30 households that are getting solar installed this summer who are low or moderate income and didn't have to put any money down, and we're structuring it so that with a goal of providing 20% savings. So basically they're redirecting what they're currently spending on their PICO bill to paying a monthly solar payment that's 20% less than what they were spending previously. And we're actually talking with Chris and folks at CPCDC about designing a second round of this program for 2019 where we'd make this available to even more households. So definitely keep that in mind. Sign up if you're interested and stay in touch.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say, is like,
Yeah.
at the Centennial Parkside CDC, we would like to see as many residents in East Parkside be able to benefit from this. We know the energy burden, that the cost of energy in this neighborhood is challenging for a lot of families. And if we can do anything to bring that cost down in a way that's environmentally sustainable, we think it could be really helpful for this neighborhood, and this could be like a model neighborhood for this sort of stuff. So, you know, if you have questions about this, we're gonna be working directly with the Energy Authority to try to make this accessible to as many people in the city of Philadelphia, but we're really gonna focus in East Parkside, because that's where we are. Families, households with low and moderate income is what we're gonna be focused on. So you can talk to us, or you can go directly to Laura. Either way, we can help you get those solar panels on your roof.
I got a question.
You got a bunch of questions.
And as you're asking questions, I'm gonna request to remind you to sign the mailing list so you can make sure to get all this information later, if you have not already.
I signed up with NRG to bring my electric bill down. Now what is that? But they sell energy, and my electric bill is not high.
Yeah. Yeah,
So what-
so you can choose where you're buying your electricity.
Right,
And so some of the suppliers are buying it from cleaner sources than
Right,
others. So
right.
that's one option. I know a lot of people are excited about powering their own electricity on their home and having it as an investment in their home so they can do what Micah was talking about, of actually reducing their expenses more permanently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the appeal of solar, but there are ways if you don't have the, well, y'all will be talking more about community solar, but other ways to access clean energy if your house is shaded or something like that, yeah.
This for residential only?
No, Solarized Philly is open if you're a small business, like if you're a school or something, you might be able to get a lower rate on your own. But we're able to provide the group buying aspect to small businesses as well. Yeah, so you could definitely sign up. Yeah.
Just maybe a question for you, as far as like flat roofs, how does it affect, like when it snows and you have like a heavy snow on top of a flat roof that's panels? Like how does the solar energy it is supposed to get, how does it affect it?
So obviously the snow covers the panels, but when you think about a major snowstorm, I mean, there's not much sunlight usually around those times too. So over the days, the snow melts off and you expose the panels again. Usually the panels are also at a tilt angle and they're glass. So the snow moves off of them a lot easier than say a really grippy roof or that's totally flat.
Another important point too, that I don't know if Laura mentioned this or not, but even if you have solar panels on your roof, you're still connected to the electric grid, so you're still connected to the PICO grid.
That's right.
So when your panels on your roof are not producing enough solar energy, it's not like your lights are gonna go out. You're just gonna be drawing more energy from the grid, which means you'll be paying PICO more money that month, potentially. So it's not like your lights go out and you get snow on your foot. I just wanna make that clear, because the whole house will be the first time on it, so. Yeah.
So I just happen to have, this is my house, okay, and I have Solar States actually installed our panels. And this is a picture of today. And the red is me getting energy from PICO. right, because it's nighttime, so this is like during the day. And this is like the refrigerator and stuff that you just can't turn off at night. And then, we turned the kettle on, the electric kettle, this little jump back in. And so that's all from Pico. And then the sun came out, and so my solar panels, this blue stuff, is actually my house using the solar panels. And I plugged it in the car. So that's what this big giant blue. So I'm actually charging my car with the solar panels. And then we went away, so the car wasn't there, and again, and this green stuff though, this is extra energy that's going back to Pico. And they give me credit for all of that, like cover the red stuff, or a day when it's shady, there's no sun or something like that. But this gives you a sort of a sense of, how you're interacting with the grid, and blue is from the sun, but I used it, and green is, I didn't need it, so I gave it back.
So, for the green, so that actually benefits you when you don't.
Yeah, so this goes right back to Pico, and they keep track of it. So it's like a negative on my meter, and that's on how they do it exactly, but it's equivalent. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Marilyn. That's great. We should have you at all of our events. I'm going to mention two other things. Yeah.
We talked about the flat roofs, and I know I'm an investor in the area, and it's all flat roofs. What's the responsibility, you're talking about 10, 15, 20 years in your roof? Where are they, are as responsible for whatever happens with the, not just the grid part, but as far as the responsibility of the roof itself, because I got to find the roof there.
Yeah, the interesting thing about a flat roof, it used to be that we would mechanically attach solar to the roof, so we would poke holes in the roof, and who wants holes in the roof?
Right.
And we would attach the solar. We don't do that anymore. We use something called ballast weight, where, actually I'm dirty from concrete blocks. We take concrete blocks up. I had two former Power Corps members helping me, Control Holmes and Thomas Glenn, and we carry concrete blocks up to the roof, and that weight holds the solar array down, so that you don't have to penetrate the roof at all. So we don't make any holes on the roof, and it's just weight that holds it all down.
You gotta get Power Core to help you with it.
Yeah.
And this is something that to pay attention to, is that after you've replaced your roof or done work on your roof, that's a really good time to consider solar.
Right.
Because the solar panels, like we've talked about, are warranted to produce for 25 years, and you'd rather not have to take them down. So we were talking with Chris about working with Rebuilding Together, sort of partnering with programs that are already supporting people to replace their roofs so that you could get solar as part of that, right? Because that's the exact moment to do it. Makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So I want to mention one other program. I know that you have a lot on the agenda, so we should probably move on. But we are also working to actually train people for jobs in solar, working with Micah specifically on this, actually. So there's an opportunity for Power Corps folks to get involved in this. Because, well, I'll just give a tad of background. We've been working with the school district for the past 2 years to offer training to high school students, where Micah's team has come in 2 summers. They're going to come in this summer, again, train a new class of high school students. If you all know young people, actually, the applications due Wednesday. So there's actually 2 more days of open application for high school young people to apply to be part of a work-ready program and learn solar installation this summer. So I can leave my information with Russell and Nora, and you can come talk to them afterwards if you want information about that training program. But you just call our office to apply. But that's with the school district. Then we have another track actually working with Power Corps. So we're still finalizing all the details on this, but the estimated start date for that is December of this year. So any Power Corps alums from spring, so you all currently, or the fall cohort, would be eligible to apply for that, and it'll be a full-time training program in solar installation going into internships. So keep that on your radar. Yeah.
That's all. Make sure you follow up on this. That's
Yeah.
the formal piece.
Yeah, I can leave my cards here as well, so you all can stay in touch.
Are you a city, quasi-city agency or what?
Yeah, we are, exactly. You hit it on the head. We're quasi-governmental. We're an independent municipal authority, which means we have a little more flexibility than just a purely city office, but we are based in City Hall, and about half of our budget comes from City Council. Yeah. Good. Well, I'm going to let you all move on to the next item here.
Thank you so much, Laura, for...
Thanks for all your commitment.
So if anyone wants
wants any more information, please make sure again that you're signed up on the mailing list that goes around. That will help us know who's in the room. We can share back some information with you, and things like that.
We have cards if folks want more information, and make sure you apply. Nephews, sons, daughters, spread the word. Power Core guys,
Yeah.
make sure I think your crew leader gives you the win. Okay.
Yeah, the summer program is for anyone 14 to 21, but the Power Core program is in the works. So
Okay.
stay in touch.
Okay, real quick story. She's telling you the right thing, okay? Cottrell Holmes, when I was operations manager, he was on my crew. He was the first hire from Solar State. He's working right now.
And let me tell you, he is a crew lead now. He's on salary full-time, leading his own crew.
Okay.
That is.